Yeah, see.
I'll let you do that live on time, on point, coming free of charge. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Worldwide Interwebs. Oh, no, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, 210th edition of the long time coming, high anticipated, never duplicated, often supplicated, underappreciated, nothing but you program in the program featuring Nickel Standard, Kenny Compstate, Talents, William Bishop, Blake Everett, Staple, Mediator, Motivators, third round draft pick name.
Look at how audio is, chat.
One Dream. Check out the what is most important, chat, is the comparison between his audio level and my audio level.
Yeah, it should be fine now. And the music also. Just let me know. Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Enough about you as a Corner Media presentation with YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor FM. Check the panels below.
Oh, we updated it, yeah. We're
for
on
all
Spotify.
of your
yes, boys, we're moving up in the wild.
And now here he is. He is green and he is mean. You look very green on screen.
Do I?
A bunch of other stuff that rhymes with "een," like jeans or.
Oh, I look green for you on your camera. Yes.
Yes, and a little bit on screen.
I don't think so on screen.
Mr. William Bishop, how you doing?
Chad, do I look green?
Tweets up. Everybody hit that. Go smack that tweet around.
Doesn't look green to me. I've got green turned down. In fact, good color.
Okay.
A little green. Chad says.
A little bit. All right.
How do I look green?
A little bit, yeah, tiny bit
I
green.
don't look green at all. You guys are fucking on drugs.
Everybody go interact with that tweet. Smack it around.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Oh, mansies. Especially in your hair.
Okay.
Guys, if you don't know, as of a couple weeks ago,
you make me
we
green
were
with envy.
streaming.
Okay, hold on. I got a question to ask you first. All right. So
Okay, go for it.
Top Fox came into my stream the other day, and he was like, "Hey, I want to be banned." So we banned him. And then he came into Enough About You just now and says, "Before a serious question start, I made a joke the other day about wanting to be banned. But now that I've been in the doghouse for a couple of days, please tell me the amount of penance I have to do to be back inside." Frowny face. Bruh, I subbed and everything.
Done.
Do you think I should unban him?
It depends on if you want that subscription next month or not. My ability or my decision is, can I click this button and get a subscription?
Okay. So I think.
Okay, is he disruptive?
I think he's kind of an ass.
But I mean, is he disruptive to your stream?
Because
that's the ban hammer, right? Is
I didn't think he was an ass until he said, "Bruh, I subbed and everything."
Bruh, until you used the word bruh.
No, it's subbed. We're like, "Hey, I paid you money. You have to respect me."
Not necessarily.
I mean, that's how it comes off to me.
He did ask for it, and then he asked for something else.
Did he ask for something else? What did he ask?
He said, "I'd like to be banned." Done.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to be unbanned.
I'll click a button for you.
That was fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's fine.
No big deal.
And now he's saying, "Can you click another button again?"
Yeah. I don't think I want to.
Does it interfere with your? Okay, so one of the reasons why you would ban someone before is, one, it's against terms of service. Two, it's disruptive to your streaming. Right.
Free money or dominance? I think I like dominance. I think I like the show that I don't give a fuck about your $2.50, bruh. Okay, bruh.
Right. If he's not disruptive to your stream, and this is just a little simple banter,
just lord over me the $2.50 a month.
But it's not. It's
bruh. I sucked.
You did not have another reason to ban him other than music a little loud. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I did notice that on the previous VOD. It was not.
Okay, let me know.
Bad.
It's really hard to see the audio because you're talking, so it messes.
Yes.
So let me know.
Right. Because the levels, I'm coming through the same thing as his music, so it's.
See, I don't understand. Why am I getting a gut feeling that I should ban?
Oh, it's not. It's not wrong.
Or is it in? It's in. I'm getting that. And usually when my gut feeling radar goes off, that's a sign.
Okay. Yes, because no one in their right mind, no one who's usually in their right mind asks for punishment without a cause. Right?
That's not true. I love. I'm a masochist. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Did I just unearth the masochist in you?
Yeah. I strongly disagree with this sentiment. Spank me, baby. You squints a lot. Holy shit! You don't know Squints a lot, do you? Squints a lot was before your time, homeboy. Holy crap, Squints! It's great to see you. Holy wow. You're right. He's already disrupting the broadcast.
Who's Squints?
You don't know. You won't know Squints a lot. Okay.
I've been around since.
Squints a lot's been around before you. Squints a lot found my channel when I was playing XCOM 2004. Is that XCOM? I can't remember. No, not 2004. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Squints.
No. This is a great one. This is a great one because streamers deal with this. It's a good object lesson, right? So, welcome, Squints. If you're listening just to the MP3, where it's a little deal with chat. So what happened is the user has come in and said, "Please ban me." So did you get the feeling when he or she asked you to ban them? Was it a troll type ban or just kind of?
I think people ask sometimes to get banned.
Just goofing a boot.
They were like, I don't even know. I can't even remember. I'd have to go look up the chat log to say exactly. I didn't get a bad feeling at the time.
Okay,
for
good.
Sure. For
All
sure.
right.
It was just like, well, sure.
What are the what?
I don't even think I did the ban. I was like, hey, moderator, can you ban that person for me?
Well, okay, so what are the conditions under which you would ban someone normally?
Permanently ban somebody, breaking terms of service, being mean to another chatter.
I mean, you do that, though.
Yeah, you can be mean to me. I can be mean to chatters. Chatters
Right.
cannot be mean to each other.
Okay. All right.
Okay, now you're lying. Wait, hold on. Now you're getting banned.
So,
That is not what happened.
hell yes? Okay, well, there you go. He's banned.
Just banned him. you can't, y'all lying will get you banned.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, there you go. I guess that's it. So now, okay, so what you want to make sure is it disruptive to the stream, or was it it a goof? If it was a goof, then if it was just a goof, then you have to ask yourself, am I turning down a sub because don't tell me what to do and I've got this thing? Because I say, Badger, cut your hair, and the next thing you want to do is tell me, screw yourself, I do what I want.
Be careful.
Don't tell me anybody going to tell me cut your hair, right? You have this thing, right?
Yeah, sure. You push down on me, I'll push back. Just cuss.
Right.
That's it. That's all I need.
Energy.
That's all I need to have to push back.
That's all you need.
For sure.
That's all you need. That is the only thing.
I'm a bit reactionary.
That is a very big driver. In fact, that's a very big driver in your behavior.
Yeah, as a generality, I think that counterculture has been the thing for me since I was a wee lad.
But at the same time, during the Army, you had someone. It was during your formative years, right?
Yeah, sure.
19 to 20, whatever.
17 in 11 days I joined the Army. I was in Met, signing a contract, taking an oath.
So your most formative years, you had someone pushing down on you for all of those 6 years. 17 to 23. And that's all you did.
22 next year, by the way. Can you not?
Can
you not dox me?
And when you got out, it was.
What am I doing now?
What do I do now? No one is here to give me that task. And then as soon as someone gives you that task, don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do, Blake. All right? Don't you tell me how to live my life.
Right?
I don't think that has anything to do with this.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, what I'm asking you is to explore that, because to me, as an outside observer who has no emotional tie to this scenario but knows you very well, I want you to explore if that is a thing that is pushing back, because this is very much one of those situations. Is, hey, here's my thing, please do the thing, and you're coming back with don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I see that in I subbed. The
yes,
$2
exactly
I gave you my money, therefore you have to conform to what I want. That was it. I probably would have unbanned that person if they had not said that. Honestly,
probably.
I hate that so much. I really, really do. Like, Patreon is a really great platform, but Patreon has the worst abusers of this, where people who give me a certain amount of money, they expect things above and beyond just the rewards listed on the page. And that's not okay. I have banned people from my Patreon. I've removed their money, their hundreds of dollars a month, because they were too needy. Not needy.
Little familiar.
They were pushing the envelope. Okay.
Yep.
And I would rather be poor than be in someone's control.
Get back, mother trucker. You don't know me like that.
That's right. I would rather be on the street than dominated by somebody.
Come on, get swung on.
I have that massive need for independence, and you're not going to put that over me.
Right.
I give you my lunch money, though. Keep your lunch money, nerd. I make free content for a reason. It's not like I'm asking anybody to sub.
Right.
You don't need to pay me anything. Like, I don't even give that good rewards for the times you do pay me. Like, what do you even get? Some emotes? Is it? That's it.
I mean,
the
some people
entitlement
like
aura.
the
I
emails.
don't like that. I don't like that entitlement aura that you got,
A little bit.
bro.
A
I
bit.
subbed in everything, but I'll pay you
Bruh.
in exposure. I'm paying in exposure is legitimate, frankly. I know that there is a lot of you shouldn't have to do things. I think it's an artist thing where they don't. It's like a culture thing around art that has kind of emerged where I'll pay you an exposure is a meme. That kind of means I won't give you anything, but I expect you to work for free.
Right.
I will definitely work for free for exposure, 100%. GDQ is a great example of me working for free.
100%.
In fact, I didn't just work for free. I paid
Yep.
to be on GDQ. I paid for the flight. I paid for
Yep.
the hotel. I paid to be on.
Authors-
I paid to do work
Yes.
in order to get
authors
exposure.
authors on Oprah, right? GDQ is your best streamer example. It happens everywhere else. Artists who are authors, book authors who go on Oprah's book club. Done. Right?
Exactly. They don't get paid to go there.
They didn't get paid to go
They're
there.
doing it for free. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and they were saying and they are likely sending emails to Oprah saying, "Please have my book on. Please add me to your book club.
Right. Exactly.
I will be
They're
there
begging
tomorrow."
to be there. They're getting paid in exposure.
Yes.
I think that art is not different. Sorry, Bruce. I don't mean to call you out. I just strongly disagree with this culture that exists with art,
Right.
where they won't do stuff for exposure. I know tons of artists that do stuff for exposure all the time. Like,
Yep.
hey, I've been watching this streamer. I really like their content. I'm gonna work on making them a cool piece of art because I hope they'll retweet it on their Twitter.
Yes.
That's a great reason to do free art. The
Fan
person
art
the person that you make the art for is really going to enjoy it. You put your time and effort and energy into it. It's a really good piece of art. They'll retweet the art. That's for exposure for you. Maybe you'll get some Twitter followers. Maybe you'll get a commission off of it. That's perfectly fine to
100%.
do.
If I had some, you know what
Thank
I would
you,
do
Jogo,
is
by the way. I
if
appreciate you.
I had some artistic talent, I would be making some fan art for Jacksepticeye right now. Right?
But you would stop if Jack didn't retweet your art.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Right. So I want to put
Yeah.
that out there. It's not just about targeting the biggest person. It's about targeting the biggest person who will actually work with you. And
Right.
that's a lot. Okay. So we're going to talk
Well,
about
I know
streaming
Jack.
for sure.
Jack is in gaming.
Yeah.
Jack does similar things to me, and Jack likes Terraria. Right. So
yeah, that is the problem, Squints, for sure. The problem, most people wanting an artist creator to work for exposure or not providing any exposure. That is the issue. I think that's how the exposure meme kind of came about. Because people are like,
Right.
oh, I'll have you on my panel in my channel for my 100 followers that I have on my channel.
Right.
That's not enough.
Right, and it's for sure it's a conversation, and both parties have to consent to it.
See, real
right?
quick, I don't think that's what the meme is about. I think that's what the problem originally, like Squints is saying, that's where the problem originally originated, but then it kind of kept, now it's permeated into culture that says that you shouldn't do work for free. You shouldn't do work for exposure, basically.
Right.
Do it for exposure is a naughty thing. Did you,
You can. I
this
mean,
topic reminds you of
but-
charity panel. This is basically a charity panel, yeah.
Yeah. Happy Easter, by the way.
The charity panel was great to do. So we do new streaming stuff. Blake, what would be your top 5 tips for a new streamer? Someone who's starting their stream right now. What would you tell them?
No, number one, get a schedule.
Okay, you're going. All right, great, nice. So I should,
Number
you
one.
should write these down. So number one, schedule. Have a schedule.
Humans are creatures of habit. Number one, get a schedule. Number two, know what you want to do and start doing it. Like define what you want to do, what
Have
you're
a
going to be
plan.
about. Start doing it.
So for have a plan, I would always say a reverse planning. So see where you want to be, and then work to
Right.
that. So
Work to that.
don't
Yep.
just work up and see where it goes. See what you want to be, work to that. And the way to do that, I think, to have a plan is find someone who inspires you, mimic them. Mimicry, parody is the most sincere form of flattery, I believe. I want to marry Blake's accent. Blake, you have an accent? What kind of accent does he have? No,
I guess I
where you
do.
from?
I'm already married, but I'll put you on the list, bro.
On the list. Same
no
Blue
one's
Jay,
ever
like,
no one's ever asked before.
So you know what?
No one's ever,
You know what I just realized? Doing collabs is working for exposure.
100%.
Right? Yeah, like it's you. Like if you're gonna make content on someone else's channel and they're gonna
Squad
have
stream.
content on yours, right? You're doing a squad stream. Mimicking gets me
Yeah.
picked on. What do you mean? It gets you picked on? That sucks, man. Any transaction should provide value to both parties. The value need not be financial.
Right.
Great quote there, Squint. Honestly, that's
It need
exactly
not
what it
be
comes down to
financial.
me.
Exactly.
That's
Also,
all relationships. Honestly, all relationships should be two ways.
Yep. Number three, yeah. Get you a mentor. Right?
Yeah, I'll name some for you. Do you have mentors? Can you name them?
I early on, I had early on, I wanted to be like Colonel Will.
Good choice.
And saying like, look, he's Godfather Factorial. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Early on, I wanted to be. When I first ran into you, I went, holy crap, this guy is gonna
made you quit.
buzzsaw through everybody. And I said, I either need to shit or get off the pot because I'm up. So
wow. I love the story of you finding me.
But pretty quickly, you became partner, peer. Let's do this.
Right, exactly.
Versus
nice.
mentor. If we hadn't,
I think you're my mentor still. I think not in streaming stuff, in life stuff. A lot of the time, you're a mentor.
Yeah. But if we hadn't hooked up and in terms of let's do some stuff together, let's start working together, let's start partnering on this journey together.
Right.
You'd probably be a mentor to me, right?
Right, because I would be more disconnected from you if we didn't work.
Yeah, you'd be more of a disconnect type of deal. But now we're just bros. We're
really good as well. Okay, so we have schedule, have a plan. Sorry, we're jumping around a ton.
Yeah, so well, that's a good one. So get a schedule, have a plan.
Hey, Nihilus.
Have a mentor. Then
interesting, Nihilus. I like that a lot, actually. I like that commentary. To work towards a goal, you risk being disappointed 99% of the time because you have set an unrealistic goal. So
work towards a realistic goal.
So that, but what is a realistic goal? How do we set a realistic goal? I think is what Nihilus's point is. Like, what does it look like?
Most of your 5-year goals were very realistic.
Yeah, they were very conservative, honestly, and I think that's a problem with goal setting, like being too conservative or being too far out. Both are an issue. Yeah. So you're gonna have to. The goals that you want to set for things are more like. Work on my consistency. Find a schedule that works for me is a good goal, right? So what does that look like? That's something that actually you have total control of, where you're looking for a schedule that works for you, right? Let's not do things like, I want 1,000 followers by this time, because that's kind of, say I want 10K viewers. That's kind of outside your control, really.
Right.
Like there's not a task you can dedicate to do that, but you could be like, you could do something like, I want to do 100 push-ups, be able to do 100 push-ups in a set without not being able to do anymore. That's totally reasonable. And maybe that's even lower on not a good enough goal. I think there's
process
really
goals. Tough. Process goals versus outcome goals. Right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Right.
Setting up a follower notification is a good example of a system and that lets you achieve a goal, but the goal there isn't a good goal to set. There's lots of literature on how to set goals and what goal setting looks like, and it's an entire skill, frankly, to set goals. My favorite type of goal setting is backwards planning, because I find that works best for me. But you're gonna have to find what works for you.
Number 4.
Maintain a schedule, not earn X. Number 4.
Learn. Number 4, study your craft. Learn your craft. Okay, so if that means if you're crappy with audio, you need to know about audio stuff, or hire it out.
Yeah,
if
your mentors,
if you're going to make YouTube videos, you need to know about YouTube and what the search engine does and what it does not do. You need to learn, if you're going to do OBS and do live streaming, you need to learn OBS, because that's going to be the tool that you work in. You need to be a student of the craft. So whatever that is, you need to learn, either learn it as much as you can, or learn enough to know what gets you the outcome you want. So be a student always. So
it's hard to do. Really?
Yeah.
And you have to struggle with it. Like, you have to be willing to learn new things. I think a lot of people who are set in their ways just don't learn new tasks, and that's really tough. Sorry about that, Riz. I didn't realize we were 60 FPS. You can turn the quality options down, hopefully.
Yeah.
You can just set it to audio only if you wanted
to. The last goal I have for you, be ready to dedicate your life to it.
Really?
Like, or the other way to say it is,
no transcodes today. What?
Start and do not stop. Like, be ready to go all the way, right?
Nah, that's an interesting tip. We don't hear that one much.
Yeah, like you need to be ready, because you know what you're gonna do is you're gonna run into someone like this guy.
Hi, I did that. I decided I wasn't stopping. Like, that was like from when I started. I said to myself, I will not stop doing this.
Right. When you're gonna run into this guy who is never gonna stop. Like, he's gonna go and he's gonna do everything he can, and when he's live, if you're in his space, you got to move over, because Big Dog's gonna eat, right?
Hi.
And you're gonna run into him
when I'm on there. That's for sure. At least that's basically the only place I dominate.
He's gonna move in, right? Now he may not dominate the Rim World, he may not dominate a bunch of other places, but in his spot, if you're gonna be in his space, like, you got to be ready. You got to be.
Cool. Those are good tips.
equally or greater committed. It's like I hear this in the UFC all the time, is if you are not driven to improve your martial artist skill to madness levels, you need to get out.
Because that's what everyone's doing. They're dedicating their entire life. Like they live, breathe.
Because everybody else who
MMA.
wants to be champ and who has a belief that they will be champ and who has dedicated every fiber of their being to being champ will knock you the F out. Because if you have any doubt about your thing that you are getting into, you got to get out.
I think if you really want to dedicate yourself to streaming, most people should take streaming as a hobby. Really, is your best bet. Like don't try to get into streaming as a job instantly, because you might not like it, honestly. Because what actually doing streaming is a lot different than what it looks and feels like. Like like when I'm gaming by myself, I like to have a video on and listen to the video while I play. You can't do that while streaming. You are the video, you know. So you actually may not like streaming in the first place. So maybe one of my number one tips is don't buy a whole bunch of equipment before you start. You know, get a $30 camera, maybe get a half decent microphone, and then just see if you actually even like it in the first place. It's something that you enjoy.
Try it. That's not good.
One of the common things I hear is I'm not having fun in my stream, or I find it hard to talk in my stream because I have no one chatting with me. See that leads me to believe that you may not be right for streaming, because if you're not having fun with your own commentary in the first place, you're constantly going to struggle. There's no way to just, I mean, there is times when it does happen, but it's very difficult to just launch with a chat already. Like, you need to be used to talking to yourself.
Yep.
Streaming is super exhausting. Seriously, it is one of the most exhausting things I've ever done, mentally and physically exhausting.
More than, well, I don't know. For me, it's okay.
I guess it's different for everybody. I have a high energy stream, I would say.
More than you would think. So Jason's statement's pretty well on. It's more than you would think.
Yeah.
Right. So
streaming is equal to normal stream time plus about the same time for background work, community building, emails, etc.
More than it.
You know what's interesting, Hap? I actually think so. I felt the same. I felt that 50-50 you should basically do. You should be, or maybe like 75-25 is what I felt. You should be on 75% of the time and then do 25% of your work. Whatever your work schedule is, doesn't matter. If you do 8 hours a week or 40 hours a week, whatever. You should have 75-25. 75% live, 25% background work. But as I've gone on, that number has changed a lot to 50-50. And then even more, we're like 25-75, 25% online time, 75% background work. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's because of the dynamic is changing with my channel, and that's meaning that background work is more valuable, or if I'm just growing and learning things to the point where I understand that responding to an email might be the biggest thing that I do that week, or connecting with another content creator and just talking to them and building a relationship with them is actually more important. It probably exactly so. And as things grow, it's a lot easier to have that background time be more efficient. I played for 1 hour. Now I don't want to play anymore. Can't do that. 1 hour is too short for a stream. I think that like 3 hours is a really good time for streaming. I like to do 6 hours when I stream. I find that my view count hits its peak at 2 hours, and then I like to ride the 2 hours for a while. And also I do YouTube and stuff like that too. So I need a lot of stuff coming out all the time. But I only work right now 4 days a week. I don't even do 5 days a week right now. And I don't work 8 hours a day either. Hey, Xelly, how you doing? So I think it depends on you for sure. A lot of people do shorter hours. And actually, here's the thing. I hate that I just said that 3 hours is the minimum, basically. I didn't mean that. Like, if you're doing a 1 hour stream and you feel like you don't want to stream anymore, stop. Don't keep streaming, please. That's not good for you. It's not good for your audience. You don't want to be there just because you want to be there. If you're not in the right mood, walk away. IMO.
Yeah, and the rule breaker of all rule breakers, Warwitch TV, gets so much done in 90 minutes. 90-minute Warwitch stream is insane.
Right, super packed. He has a lot of energy there. There's a lot of things to do. Yeah, and he doesn't have that much uptime. So about the mentor thing, I think that's a really good tip. I think that finding a mentor is one of my favorite things. But usually when people are like, hey, how do I start off? I'm like, find a person that you really like and mimic them. That's the first thing I say. And then the thing about it is that go to SullyGnome, sullygnome.com. It's a really good website that tracks stats.
Throw that in the description.
Yeah, so did you? Sully Gnome is the so you go there and then look how much your favorite streamer streams a week, and I think you'll be surprised how little they stream. We're gonna use Warts as a great example, since he's so prolific and he does such a good job, and he's been such a full-time streamer for. He's been a full-time streamer for a long time.
He's been and his uptime is so small.
It's very
compared
small
to everybody else at about his influence level. We'll say influence level, like now, number of subs, number of viewers, number of followers.
So what's the average work week in America?
45 probably.
Yeah, 45, 40, and then there's driving also a lot of the time for people, stuff like that, and so 40 is would you be putting up in a week? Yeah. Something like that. So Warwick has 33 right now. It's actually kind of high for him, I find.
Yes.
2 weeks.
Yeah. I would have guessed 25, 28.
He's got 58. So
he's been doing lots of bonus streams as
I guess he's just feeling it, especially because Rona's on right now. So
he can't go out. Right.
Nobody can.
So nobody can. So what I would say is his uptime reflects is more of a sign of the times. If you go back 90 days, and you'll have a more accurate thing, because
so 3 months he streamed.
Because I know part of his life that he's shared with everybody else is that he goes to the gym. He goes for vegetarian pizza.
The gym,
There's some things that he does that are not in his house that he really enjoys.
Now he can't.
And now all of those things are all off. So now the things that he really enjoys is unlimited power, and fog machines, and Hasselhoff sax and all the other stuff. Right?
So go on Sully Gnome, check out your favorite streamer, look at the stats for them, and you'll probably learn a lot about what streaming is and how important it is to be live and what hours you should put into. But you really got to find your own deal.
My Warwitch TV impression.
Okay, so Blake, I have a question for you. If you were in a stream and you were watching it and you found that it did something inappropriate, what would you do? Like it's some content that was against terms of service, for example.
You
were watching a Factorio stream and something happened and you were like, oh my God, that's definitely against terms of service.
Oh man. 80% likely to do nothing.
Yeah. Oh shit, my freaking power just went out. Are you fucking kidding? I think you're yeah, well, my USB, my unearthed power supply just kicked on, but my monitors went off.
Oh. We got to follow. Okay, I'm back. We're on Terraria screen
looking at
now.
my YouTube page right now. Hold on.
Hang on.
Sorry, I had a very brief power outage just now, but my UPS saved my computer. You're on a different monitor. Okay. Yes, I can hear your audio, Blake. Yeah, sorry, I can hear you.
Well, can the stream?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Sorry, we got a thunderstorm in Texas. Okay, sorry, my bad. Luckily,
hello, everybody.
The unearthed power supply saved our stream just now. Otherwise, it got down. What was this thing?
Okay, is something has happened in a stream?
Right. Okay, right. So you're 80% not to do anything, which is fair. I think walking away from the stream is. Do you have space and time in your life to deal with this shit?
Right. If it's someone I know, say it's my buddy, my now buddy, Colonel Will.
Okay.
I may privately say, "Hey, bro.
Hey, you shouldn't. That's not okay.
There's a thing you may want to look at." I said, "Hey, I want to bring this to attention. If I care about them."
Okay. So if they're your friend,
we'll go to private.
You would take the energy to talk to them and converse with them.
Yes.
To see if you could come to a conclusion.
Number one, my angst about most anything offensive is
pretty high.
Very no. Okay, my tolerance to everything offensive is like, I ain't got time.
It's funny because you specifically try to not be offensive to anybody. Do you remember the first time you drank on stream? Blake's first time drinking on stream. He had his beer, and this is what he was doing. He would lean out of his camera and then drink from his beer, and then he would come back. And I was like, "Look, you can drink. It's okay, man." And he's like, "No." And so Blake, that's why I was like, "Oh, you have a very
that's not offensive. That's risk."
Right. So
that's
for
risk
you,
aversion.
you would never be risque. Like you would never push terms of service. It wouldn't be even your thing.
No.
I would definitely. It's not a drunk stream. He wasn't drunk at all.
Tipsy stream.
He wasn't even tipsy. I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
I've seen him tipsier at parties. Hey, Steven.
It's true.
Okay, so you would approach them privately if they were a friend. What about the 20%?
If I had a stake in it, and if I had a personal relationship with the person, so say if it was something that happened with Mojo, who is my buddy, right? Yeah. Mojo, Colonel Will, one of those dudes, I would go, we would go to private and we would go, hey, bro, I grabbed a screenshot. Want you to know, likely it would not affect me,
right,
in terms of my feelings or offensive, but I would be wanting to protect them from getting their channel,
buddy,
right? Getting their channel banned, right, or whatever. I would say, hey, this thing happened. I don't know if anyone's reported. You may want to take down the VOD. I don't. You may want to at least look at it. It's at least worth looking at, etc.
Can you elaborate on that, Oba? Okay, so what was the 20% you would do though?
That's
Okay, so would you ever use a report button?
No.
You ever report a stream?
No.
Have you used a report button ever? I've never reported a stream before.
No, I don't want that kind of heat.
I've reported chatters before, but never a stream. I think that
yes. Yes, I've reported chatter because it's a bot and they're doing the thing, or
oh yeah, we had bot problems.
Sometimes
what year was that? 2018, where we had tons of bot problems.
Last year, I want to say
mid-last year.
Yeah, I want to say last year. I was already partner, and we were getting a bunch of link droppers in. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I can't believe what she did.
Exactly. Link. Yes, exactly. This is it. What do you came across the stream that was streaming straight up adult content? Right. I guess that's sort of the question.
I would go
as well.
I would hit him with a ban, and then I would go click report, and then I would choose a thing.
So so we have some people who have reported actually. I've reported a lot of chatters. Rokun says. Rokun says I reported a stream that had porn. Okay, so my advice for anybody who ran into a terms of service and you wanted to do something about it would be to file a report. The reports are totally anonymous. Your name isn't going to be your name isn't going to be cited at any time during the report thing. So you could have reported Colonel Will, and Colonel Will would never known. And then you have you've done your good, right? Or you've done what you felt you needed to do in that situation, and you can let it go. I think that's really the best thing that you can do. When
I would report it. I would probably never report it. You know what I'm gonna do? If something,
oh my god.
If I saw something in someone else's stream and I went, you can't do that, I would just leave. Like, you don't need my viewership. I got way better stuff to do.
Same?
Minus one viewership for you. I'm out.
I've never been in a stream that had porn. I've never been in a stream that was obviously breaking terms of service. Like, it just never happened to me before. Like
pre-watch party, there was a giant streamer. This is in the unfairness. This kind of got me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
It was. Okay. I don't want to say. I think it was this person. I don't remember who it was. I honestly do not remember, but it might have been.
Man, chat is loving this topic. I've reported streamers that were overwhelmingly toxic. I reported streamers who was doing something so bad it's a threat to the platform.
Define toxic.
I mean, using their hard R.
I'm out of there. Okay, here's the thing: is one
using
streamer
racial slurs in general is kind of fucking cringy.
One streamer had.
Would I report someone for using a racial slur? I don't think I would.
I'm just out of there. You don't get my viewership, right? If you're the same way I don't watch. I mean, I don't watch mean. Don't watch dumb streamers. Don't watch mean streamers. You're not mean.
I'm like that. I'm
You're mean to me.
I'm very smart. I'm a smart boy. I come down around you.
But you just don't get my viewership. But there was one that, okay, so here one got me. I spend a lot of time taking care of copyright issues. Like, I do not want to be reported for copyright. Mm-hmm. Copyright is one of the things that I kind of do have a stance
7
against.
seconds
Look,
is what you...
I make sure all my little drum beats in the background are NCR, non-copyright material, and I've paid my intro song. I paid money to be able to get money from it, to use it in a profitable thing.
Right.
Which is awesome. I have a copyright thing, and if I play a clip, I'll play a clip in fair use, and we'll talk about the clip. We know it's play a clip, right? To play a clip. But then I go into someone else's stream, 8K viewers, and dude is just sitting back watching a Hell's Kitchen episode with 8K people.
Nice. Just watching Gordon, making that content. It's fucking raw.
And then something would happen, and you go, "Oh, isn't he great?"
Making that money, making those ducats. Hey, he worked to get there, Blake. All right, he worked to get there. It's funny that you take more offense to that than someone doing pornography
like,
on their
And
channel.
so now I'm going.
Well,
So
okay,
now
I
I'm
wanted to
going.
bring this up because what should you do in these circumstances where you find a stream unacceptable? My answer to this is use the report button, okay? Or do nothing.
Or do nothing.
I would never
Minus one
confront
viewer.
the streamer unless they were my friend. I would never confront them. I would never,
Right.
never
Me- yeah,
whisper
there you go.
them or something like that.
There you go.
If they were my buddy, I would definitely DM them after stream. I would say something to them for sure.
Feedback and give them feedback. But mine was I went. So my reaction to that when I saw him just watching Hell's Kitchen, and I went, wait a second, you can just do that now? Let me just put on the Avengers.
You kind of can do that. Like you can
let
get
me
away.
just put on the Avengers and let's just for everybody
So
to my European viewers, and we're gonna have a popcorn party, and we're gonna watch a movie today.
It's always been the Wild West on live streaming, right? So you can kind of do that.
No, it is not. YouTube has come back as no. It is clearly not. YouTube has gone way the other direction and smashed everybody.
Oh yeah,
even
they're so bad about copyright, and you know
even for stuff that has nothing to do with nothing, they
Yeah.
are smashing everybody.
Copyright infringement on YouTube is kind of like a mini game that people who want to steal money play.
It
That's
is now
how
a
bad
game.
It is. That
It's
it's
a
really
game,
awful
right.
there. But on Twitch,
Right.
it's kind of like even if you get in trouble for copyright, you get a 24-hour. Right? Tops. Do people even get in trouble?
You get muted. Level
Yeah,
one
your
that
VOD just
happens
gets
to
muted.
99% of us is muted VOD.
Right, exactly. And that
That's
is
it.
most people don't care. Like Warwitch doesn't
Nobody
care at
cares.
all. Like
my
it doesn't
God.
he plays any copyright stuff. It doesn't matter to him.
Anything.
I
I don't know how.
I
don't
don't
know how.
like getting my VOD muted because I like people to watch my VODs. That's the only
Right.
reason. I guess it scares me off of doing copyrighted music.
Right.
I don't know.
Read Neil's specific example. This is a good one.
I have a very specific example for me today. Someone asked, "What is a wife?" And I replied, "It's an au pair that got old and you can bang." Seems what is that? I don't get an au pair, but someone apparently thought it was mature. What do you think?
Let me grab the definition
Owl
of it
pair?
because I'm not necessarily
A
sure.
U pair,
God.
gold pair, babysitter? What? It's a babysitter. That got old. Nanny.
Here we go.
It's a nanny.
There.
A young foreign person, typically a woman who helps with housework or childcare in exchange for room and board. Oh, I don't know. Au pair? No, I've never tried to get a Russian wife. I guess is what
Jason,
this is.
you got. I fully admit,
I-
if you combined the culture that Badger and I has, and then doubled or tripled that, we would not approach all the shit that you know about culture.
Still would not be culture.
100%. We're pretty much
don't even
uncultured.
know what an au pair
Guilty
is.
as charged. That's fair comment. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's
We don't even know what
exactly
au pair
right,
is.
Kurokin. A lot of streamers don't care if their VOD gets muted. They say they only care about the live experience. Right. I think that's why a lot of streamers don't do YouTube, or streamers who moved from YouTube to Twitch don't do YouTube anymore, basically.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
kind of like a weird not mix of it. Where I mean, like I have a decent audience on YouTube. You know, I get like 100 views on a video if it's not Terraria, which is not even bad.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing YouTube, so I'm like in a weird spot where the live streaming experience is super important, and the YouTube experience is very nearly as important.
Right.
I don't know. It's weird. I
Well,
think that
yeah.
all streamers should do YouTube. That's my opinion.
Last enough about you. Oh yeah. By the way, last enough about you was rife with mature topics.
What are we talking about?
Oh, manscaping. By the
Is that
way,
I guess that is a mature topic. Yeah.
oh yeah. By the way, the Great Magnet. Do you know the concept of the Great Magnet?
No.
Is week 1 you talk about something, week 2 something ironically shows up.
Oh yeah.
As if they were magnified.
Did you get an email from
Nothing.
Manscaped?
Nothing in my Gmail ads, right? Nothing but Manscaped ads on the top of my Gmail. Nothing but.
You said
Okay.
manscaping on the stream, and they're like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Yep.
boop, beep, boop.
I said I
Hello,
spoke out
greetings,
of my mouth,
Clown
and
Town.
then suddenly all I get
Manscaping is the
is
thing that you
ads.
enjoy. I am the algorithm.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
maybe that's confirmation bias partially.
Right. I did not Google it. No. During the show, I did go to manscaped.com. I did not
Pulled
order
off
it.
VOD chats? What do you mean VOD chats?
I want to do ads for them so I could get it for free. I
Maybe
did not
Googled
order
it
it.
too. Probably ordered it too. See,
I did go to their site once.
okay,
That's probably
so
what happened.
I
Damn it.
I don't think I finished my top 5 tips for. I think mentor is a big deal, honestly. for
Just
mine.
take mine. Mine are better.
I disagree partially with you had great tips. I disagree partially with schedule because I don't actually have a schedule, which
Right.
is weird. But I do have a schedule. I don't know. It's I have it a schedule for me, but that I don't even announce. A lot of streamers announce their schedules, like what I'm gonna do.
Okay, you have a band that you pass through every once in a while as a schedule.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of that. It's sort of where I say to noon CDT, 6 p.m. GMT, and I'm
Targeted somewhere around here.
Sometimes I start early, sometimes I
pass
start late,
through.
sometimes I just don't do it at all, and that's a schedule for me.
Right.
Like I approach schedules as I would like to say as a creative, where if I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. End of story. If it's not fitting into my day right now, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So I think that's what I would say that you should do for your schedule. Find what works best for you, and then what works best for you is like so important in that. Where if you schedule the stream today and it just doesn't fit in with your life, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. And that's why I don't like having strict schedules, because when I miss a strict stream, when I've announced a stream and I don't want to do it, that makes me feel bad. Schedules are kind of suggestions.
Well, the opposite of that is I have a fairly strict schedule, but I don't feel bad about missing it.
Okay.
I have a good. I only miss it for a good reason.
Right.
And once I justify missing it, we're done.
See, I think that's what
we're done.
What I don't have when I have a strict schedule.
So don't be afraid to set a strict schedule and follow it. Just if you miss one, justify it in your brain that, hey, I have a damn good reason for not doing it. And that's it.
I think that's an ability that you specifically have that you've accrued over time of trusting yourself and working
progress.
Hard. Right.
Super forward progress.
Right.
Let it go. Right. Let it go. Right.
I mean, 24-hour streams are extraordinarily effective statistically, Ali. So it's not that they're wrong about 24-hour streams effectiveness. I have personally employed 24-hour streams to great effect previously. So one of the best statistics have been during 24-hour streams. I did a 36-hour stream, 48-hour attempt. So like number-wise, that's why they're incentivized to do the 24 hours. And that
and to that end, I accidentally did a 14 yesterday.
Right. That's accidentally is way better than planned a lot of the times. But my issue with 24-hour streams is that they require so much downtime in between that they kind of have like a peaky, sporadic effect, sort of.
Yes.
But there are channels out there that only do 24-hour streams. There are channels out there who specifically focus on extremely high uptime. A lot of times they have
multiple people, shifts.
Thank you. Yes, in shifts, but not when you're starting off. Strong disagree. I think that's the best time to do it. So the reason I would say it's the best time to do it because is when you go back and look at your stats for the 24-hour stream, you can find when you got your highest views on that in that category, and that's now my target time for 2 hours after my stream starts. If I didn't want to do a 24-hour stream, I think 24-hour streams have a lot of benefits, especially for someone who's starting off. If you have the space to do it, they're just so statistically impactful, and they give you a really good breadth and width of what it looks like. Now, the biggest problem, obviously, is you stop doing 24-hour streams and you start doing your 3 to 6 hour streams. You're gonna miss a whole bunch of followers that you gain during the 24-hour stream that are not gonna be able to come back. You'll get a lot of, hey, I wasn't able to catch the stream, and then that's why I think YouTube is so important because you get to talk to them like, hey, I can't catch the stream. Come back and watch my YouTube channel. I can get ad revenue there.
Catch VOD, right? Yeah, or you get the number one case for MC Games. Every time someone starts mentioning an MC game, 24-hour stream, I think about MC Games saying that there were people that came by. He did a 24-hour stream in March sometime, and then fast forward to June, where someone comes to his stream and they said, "Hey, why don't you stream anymore?"
Yeah.
And he said, "I've been streaming I stream all the time, every day. I've been doing the 6 days a week for the last 3 months. Where you been?" And he says, "Well, I've never seen you on. You were on that one day that you were doing that big bash, and I followed you. I really liked it, but you haven't been back on." And I was like, "Well, okay, well, that's their narrow view is they caught you at one point of that 24-hour stream, and you never went back there until your next 24-hour stream."
That's probably the biggest downside of 24 hours is hitting that weird schedule that people aren't going to see again.
Right, like that nice 3 a.m. spot where you got a bunch of followers. Then you're going, "What?"
The reason that you got a lot of followers there is Twitch is fucking dead at that time. Like 3 a.m. USA, nobody is watching. Nobody is streaming. UK streamers will start streaming in like 1 or 2 hours from then.
Yep.
So it's a really good time to be on to take advantage of browse page.
Exactly.
So that's what I did to Ped basically. I try to dance around Pedguin's stream a long time for when I was playing Terraria and he was playing Terraria a lot. I would try to be on right as he I would be on an hour before he ended. Is how I would kind of do things.
Perfect.
And I'd be able to catch not his rate necessarily, but just the browse
and you would be
page drop.
You would be as high as you could possibly be independently in the browse page.
And then he would leave, and then I would have.
So that when he would look for someone to host, Or hello. Or when the other people were done with Pedgrin, they would look for the next best person to go watch some Terraria. Right?
That's what we would call positioning. So
Positioning.
what we're talking about really, and I guess we should explain this, is when you go to a games category, very often, I think it's sorted kind of randomly-ish sometimes now, but very often people sort by top view count. They just view count is a representation of how successful a person has been. I just can't get away from it really. They sort by view count, and you want to be the highest view count in the browse of the game, because when people are looking for one or two is really where it's at. Yeah, it defaults to recommended for now is what I've been noticing. On mobile, on PC, that's not the case for me. You want to be higher up on there to be more likely to be clicked. And honestly, I think the recommended algorithm is gonna put in streamers who. Oops, sorry, I covered you up just now. Is gonna put in streamers who. God dang it! Hold on, let me do this.
That's an example right there.
We have high viewers anyway. Let's see if.
Right. So there's an example of Terraria. There are, if you sort by viewers, Diz is number 1.
Spoonerino.
Spoon and Walrus are number 2.
I know the first two boys. I know them well.
Spoon and Walrus number 2. Zuzuno's number 3, etc. So you kind of want to be in the first top 1-2 spots.
It's just where your eyes are attracted to. Top left, and then go right, top, and it's so numbers wise, the person on the top left will get more clicks. Period.
Period. Sorry.
Is this setting recommended? Maybe
like the incumbent advantage. Your name is listed in spot number 1. The challenger is listed in spot number 2. Number 1 gets more clicks.
I think recommended only start by matching tags. Yeah, I'm not sure about recommended. Maybe we should probably really investigate into recommended.
Yeah, I don't know what the recommended algorithm. That's a good question.
Because I guess they want to change up the browse page to not be this way. This is how it's been for years. That's why it sucks to grow, because you need to be able to push yourself into the browse page and get seen.
Yep.
Which is just, and that's basically how you end up getting views. And
viewers get viewers. Viewers get more viewers.
Richer, basically.
Yep.
If you log in a new computer, okay, interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into. I mean, I don't know. Twitch won't tell us what recommended means. Basically, they won't share with us.
I mean, it probably is
capitalism. Yeah. Well, sort
of. It's probably some sort of algorithm that tries to bring into
who you're gonna like the most. All right, I don't know.
It's probably your habits, meaning you either watch streamers.
We could speculate all day, honestly. I think
of this game, because I get Factorio recommended all the time.
Oh, do you? That makes sense.
I think it's game plus tags plus language.
Yeah, language makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, I think it's games, tags, and language, because I never get German recommendations. But I always get tag recommendations because I watch a streamer with the engineering or simulation tag.
I see.
It will serve up engineering and simulation. It'll because I get other Factorio streamers, and I also get Satisfactory streamers. Right.
Right, because of the tags. Yes, that makes sense.
Yep, because of tags.
Right. I'm messing with the music. Let me know if music's too loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we would have to know more about it to start really speculating about it.
That's my bet. I bet it's game and tags.
Okay, so new Twitch terms of service. Have you read through?
Yeah, I have not. I've seen the titles, but I have not. So
they've changed it a lot.
A lot,
I would say. Yeah, a pretty significant amount.
Okay, there you go.
The new rules
nudity
are...
and attire. It is in the chat if you need it, and it's in the sheet.
The new rules are mixers. There, I said it right.
So here's what happened: is Twitch had some fairly general guidelines on sexuality and nudity, etc. And they've operated on for at least all my time on Twitch, so 4.5 years. Badge is now past 5, and they've had all kinds of issues with this. Now, Mixer comes along late last year. I want to say October. It's set somewhere around October, November.
Hey, Blue.
See, man, around October, November, and Mixer went super focused on this type of T-shirt is okay. Yeah. This type of T-shirt is not okay.
Yeah.
Skirt has to be all the way down to here. None of this. This is okay in this context, and they went very, 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 very specific. Which,
great.
Thank you. Because it helps me.
It's transparent, at least. Yep. I think a lot of people liked the transparency, but didn't like the rules, basically. Like, some of the ruling was strict, I suppose, and is very specifically targeted women. basically.
There's a lot of Puritan. Hey, what are these Puritans doing taking over Microsoft, right?
Yeah. They were
but
there
at the same time, it is now
at least they said it. I mean, they ain't
way
lying
more
about
crystal
it.
clear.
This is what you got to do. This is the thing. And I think that Twitch took this on board.
Right, because what is the number one thing that happens when someone? What is the number one? Okay, what is the number one complaint when someone gets banned or suspended?
Why you tell me?
Why did I get suspended? What do you mean? What was wrong with my stream? What was wrong with my outfit?
Which is what happens when you tell someone they're in trouble. Hey, you're in trouble. What's their first question? Why?
What'd I do?
So I think it seems pretty inherent that Twitch needs a reason, but they didn't, and they don't provide one. They don't find it necessary to do so, which is nonsensical. Because what is the point of punishing somebody? To correct their behavior.
Right.
Why are you punishing them otherwise?
Right.
Right? Like the end goal of a ticket is to correct the citizen to be in line with the law. That's what it's for.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. So I'm glad that Twitch has rewritten these and kind of very specifically clarified. What they like and don't like. And again, these are very targeted to women. Basically, they're much more about women than about men. And reading through this is basically don't show nipples, girls. You have to have a pasty on, which is those little things that cover the nipples. I think that's everything else is fine, right? For body painting is cool. And then I think there's a problem with underboob as well, right? Underboob isn't allowed. Or there goes my channel, which is weird because body art is okay.
Because there was a fairly high-profile body art person that got banned because there's a couple of high-profile body art folks that do that sort of thing. One of them is fairly famous all over the internet and does some amazing work. And I think someone else was someone in that same sphere got banned, and then pointed over here and saying, "Hey, she does this body art, but she didn't get banned. She's bigger. I guess they're not banning big streamers that bring in a bunch of money. They're banning that person got. They're not banning the 1,000 viewer. They're banning the 100 viewer.
Can't remember their name, but I remember the drama.
Yeah, I don't remember the folks involved. But now what they're doing is,
so it's the rules for streams other than body art, which are kind of weird, are basically context sensitive. Are you at the beach? Beach attire is okay.
Right.
Are you doing a workout stream? Workout attire is okay.
Good. Good. Thank you. I mean, context does matter. All right.
Is it okay for people who present as a man on stream to not wear a shirt? I think
it is. He didn't say is it. He said it is.
It is also okay.
It is also okay.
I think that it's okay if you appear to me to be a man to have no shirt on, but I think if just you telling me that you're a guy but having a woman's breasts isn't going to quite cut it.
And quite, yeah. You're going to get banned, bro.
It's more about the
bro,
viewer's perception of your sex rather than your perception of your sex.
Yep.
I don't know about I'm that's a weird thing. I didn't even see that on there. Something private. Yeah, is it K-Pike that we were talking about? I don't recognize that name. Yeah, so I have been banned, Squints, and I was not given a reason.
Right.
I was given a 24-hour ban. I requested multiple times to get a reason, and it just never told me. Now, guys couldn't be full shirtless outside a workout stream. I think the new rules on Toss are guys are fine to have no shirt on.
Yeah. I look for the shirt.
It's a great question, Squints, because you're absolutely right. We could just it's great critical thinking to say, just because you're telling me you didn't know why, do you really not know why, or you're just doing that for clout, or you're just doing that to make people feel bad?
Yeah, legit did not know. Legit was suspended for 24 hours, and legit did not know why. No reason.
Probably all that acid you're doing. Indefinite suspension for browsing or rating channels with malicious content from the harassment section.
Okay. Yes. This got one of my streamers banned. My buddy streamers banned. They said he was. I might have to look for it, but it
doesn't make any sense.
Browsing or hosting in a malicious manner.
Yeah, that's a great reason to get banned.
I should.
Did you know that raiding, when Twitch first started, was straight up bannable? You could not raid other channels. The thing that we do where we copy paste a raid message and go to another channel and post it in there, that actually is not okay. And there's a lot of old school streamers that will come to your stream, say, hey, can I raid you? In your chat before they raid you. Because they want you to specifically say and give permission that it's okay to raid.
Oh, okay.
So
I was must have been before my time.
Yeah,
because
me too. Can you raid anybody? Actually, I would say don't. Probably don't raid a rando. Probably don't raid someone that you don't know or don't trust. Get to know the people that you want to raid. Right, it's very spammy. It's very disruptive.
I guess it is.
It
I
takes
guess
over
it is.
a
Context
stream.
matters.
Like,
yeah.
And some people have kind of lewd raid calls, and how is it interpreted? I've been raided before, and I haven't liked it. Like, it depends on what you're saying. I remember when I had a really very, very strict channel policies where you couldn't say W2F, where you couldn't do acronyms that had explicatives in there. Like, so in a channel like mine at the time, getting a raid that brought a whole bunch of people in who don't know the rules is very disruptive to my channel and not necessarily fun or something that I wanted.
Right. So as an example, one example who pushes the envelope on that is Angel, right? Our buddy Angel,
yes.
right?
What's her full name?
Naked Angel.
Naked Angel, that's what it is.
Right. Her raid call is the boob patrol is here or something like that.
Right, and that definitely could be offensive.
She's got these emotes.
Right? And I don't know this person. They're raiding my channel cold. I've never talked to them before. Is this a malicious raid? I think that getting a ban for doing even a raid that you feel like is a good raid, it's not okay. It's not wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
so probably context mattered in that case. And it's probably context sensitive. And if someone got a raid that they didn't like, then
asking something like that is just not great in general.
Right.
Yeah, I do. Our raid call has a gun. Stick them up. Yeah,
stick them up. Right.
And luckily, no one's ever reacted. A lot of people do this, which is really fun. No one's ever reacted poorly. Otherwise, I'd change it, actually, if someone had a negative.
I mean, I ain't in trouble.
So, can you get banned for doing a raid? Yes. Is it acceptable? Is it reasonable for Twitch to ban people, give 24-hour suspensions for... Oh, sorry, I should clarify. Is it reasonable to get a 24-hour suspension when you raid somebody and they reported you and they felt like they didn't like your raid? Yeah, that's probably fine. Like, I would just caution raiding anybody that you don't know, that you don't have a good relationship with.
Yeah, but... I don't know. When I saw that, I really didn't understand browsing.
No, your suspension is your warning, is what the policy for Twitch is.
Right.
Indefinite suspension first offense. I mean, I would never do that. Like, if you spoke to me as a non-commissioned officer working with a soldier, the point of reprimanding them for something that did wrong is for them to improve, not to remove them. So, would I want to massively punish someone for their first offense? Almost never.
Almost never.
Almost never. Very rarely. The only time that would be reasonable is that I needed to make an example out of somebody. And then, like removing them from the platform is pretty significant, I would say. However, I'm not the person making the call. The person who's, inputting the judgment doesn't have like a system to work with. They just make their decision. And they made their decision. Is it right for me to go back and say, hey, you reviewed this and you were wrong? Maybe I could say that, but is there a purpose to it? Is Twitch, if Twitch banned everybody on the platform, would that not be okay? No, they can do that. They're allowed.
Yeah, they can do that.
By getting on this website, by using their platforms, you can find to their rules, period. This is not a free society. This is a club, all right? This is a private club where you're not allowed to be here if Twitch doesn't want you to be. You have no rights. You have no say. You can't sue them. Like, it's...
I mean, only if they start violating the partner contract or the affiliate contract.
What does that look like? What does violating the contract look like?
But then, at the same time,
hey, you got an email, hey, our contract is over. Hey, you're out of the platform.
And now you're out. Right. They can end the contract. Well, okay, so for example, delay in payment. That's a violation of the contract, too.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, what can you do if... Yeah, you know what? You could do a suit.
Sue.
So, like, Ninja could have done a suit because I think that Twitch didn't pay him out for a really long time. But that's like civic employer... employee relations.
That's a civil suit. That's not a criminal suit.
Right. Rather than like I'm just a person who watches Twitch or casually does
Right.
Twitch. So it kind of
Right.
yeah, you're right. It kind of does get a little bit when you're like in the upper echelon of streamers who make a living off streaming and like make a lot of money. Removing
Right.
someone entirely for the first time actually may increase deviant and toxic behavior. I would say so for sure. I think over punishing someone is like one of the worst things that you can do to correct
Yeah.
their behavior.
Agree.
Like they made a simple mistake for the very first time and you just rail them super hard. That's the mentality that's going to cause for them is not good. Like especially when, you know, what kind of relationship does Twitch want to foster with their streamers? They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to, you know, like them, right? Presumably, it's really hard to be a leader if you don't have respect. Impossible, I would say. Correction. It is impossible to be a leader if you don't get respect from the people that you're leading. So, lawyer's probably lined up to Ninja. Oh, I bet. He probably had a lawyer on file already, though, on Virginia.
Yeah, on retainer or whatever it is.
You can't stop me. It's free speech. I actually haven't heard someone say it in a long time. When I first started off, I heard that a lot. You're violating my free speech, which
Yeah, I got that too.
I don't get that anymore. I mean, it's a private club. It doesn't matter what you say.
I got a double one, who said he was Russian and he was having trouble with the English language.
Okay.
And so so we talked about some stuff, and then he quickly went into spamming the F word all over the place. So then I said, okay, number one, I gave him like a little verbal warning. I said, hey man, don't ease up on that, because now you're being a little belligerent with it, and you know what the F word means, and I do too, and and I said, be cool. And then he kept doing it, and so then I timed him out for 10 minutes and said,
wow, you're
look,
so
I already
lenient.
gave you a warning.
My minimum timeout is 24 hours.
Time out, 10 minutes, take a break, and then as soon as that, 10 minutes and
10
4
minutes is
seconds
too
later.
short. Yeah.
10 minutes and 4 seconds later, he
He's
comes
back at it
back
again.
comes back with, you violate my free speech, you racist. And I go, I don't even know what race you are, bro.
He didn't say just from Russia.
Is Russian a race or is it a nation? Is it a nationality?
Nationality, for
Okay.
sure.
And so I went, I
People
don't
who-
even know what
people who
race
use
you are.
fear to
Like,
lead-
are you telling me there's are there no black people in Russia? I think there are.
So the infantry manual squints on that
It
topic.
could be both.
Says that fear is not an effective measure for leading. It disagrees with the concept of using fear to lead. But you're right. I definitely have seen people who use something like hatred to lead. A lot of times, a first sergeant or in certain positions in the military, master sergeant a lot of times will specifically paint themselves a villain so that the grunts will get angry with them, and then they'll focus their annoyance on that rather than themselves. And that creates, and that's kind of what drill sergeants do as well, and that creates a bonding factor.
Yep.
But it's a little bit different than making you afraid of them. It's making you more like pissed at them, more angry at them than fear.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
little.
that those people
The
just
drill
never
sergeant, the
make it.
drill sergeant soldier relationship is one that changes from the day you get there to the day you leave.
Oh, a ton. Holy crap.
It definitely morphs.
Such
as,
a big difference.
I hate this guy. Holy crap! I can't get this guy off my back. To I'm going to do everything I can to stay out of this guy's way. Holy shit! Look what I've learned.
Yeah.
This guy does actually cares about me and wants me to live and wants me to be the best soldier ever.
Drill
Right?
Sergeant Van Sleep. I remember his name from 12 years ago. That was
Van Sleep?
Van Sleep, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that human being. Like, he's definitely one of the most terrifying people I ever met. and then also definitely one of the people I respect the most ever. Like,
Ever.
Yeah.
You think, hey, I could be a drill sergeant? No, you can't.
No, the top 1% of the
Top
the
1%.
armed forces,
You can't be a DI.
And the funny thing is that they hate. It's
You
like
can't.
you take your best soldiers and you put them in this very civilian-esque environment, and then they hate their job a ton because they work super hard to be the best, and then they're like, okay, great job being the best. Come here and train these dudes who know nothing. It's like it's a very high turnover rate over with sergeants as well.
You can't. You have to be a super special individual to be one of those drill instructors. Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I
Okay,
watched a bunch
so
of documentaries on drill instructors.
So in terms of service, the big things I took away from TOS is that it's actually a lot lighter than I thought it would be. One of the scary things is content that is perceived as sexualized is a problem. So if you're overly sexual or so it's kind of like the feet thing, yeah? Like show feet kind of deal. Like if you make your feet into a sexual object, that is against terms of service.
Right.
Over sexualizing things is against terms of service. And there's a lot of interpretation to be done there. Like, is lewd joking not allowed on Twitch anymore?
Right.
Certainly not. That's not the case. Is it a punishable offense now? Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
If you
in
make a naughty
certain
joke,
contexts, yeah.
if you make a naughty joke, you might get banned. Like, oh, great example, Zukius. So this email from G-Star, is this sexualized content? Fucking yes, definitely, 100%.
Which one?
From Zukius.
What is it? Oh my goodness, the emote.
Is that email allowed on Twitch under terms of service? Is it punishable by terms of service? Right. So,
no, that's it was snowing outside and catching snowflakes.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's what it was.
Smiley face. So these emotes are great. Gasms. So are these orgasm emotes okay? They're literally labeled orgasm.
Right.
Are they? Is that over sexualization by the terms of service? Almost guaranteed, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. There's a tricksgasm. Yep. I mean that's.
What about our favorite craze? That one. I don't know how to do
does it happen? I didn't know that shit, man. Dynamic Instagram images. Shit.
There you go.
Craygasm, Cray orgasm. That's a Twitch motherfucking global emote.
That is
Does
a
that
global
break
emote.
terms of service? Almost assuredly.
Almost certainly.
For sure. Who got
I learned
booty
that.
emotes?
You know what? I learned about that emote on day 1. On the first day I got Twitch, I went, "What is this?"
Because I have Roboto's.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They might not be labeled
Those
booty,
things.
though.
Right.
Oh, don't I have Ashley's emotes right now? Shoot.
So you can have this sort of stuff all day, but you can't have Trump with an F over him.
Right. So the reason I wanted to talk about that part is because we talk about laws in two different terms. What does the law say, and what is enforcement like? Right.
Letter of the law and spirit of the law. Right.
The only one of these really matters. So just because Twitch says you can't be sexual anymore, are they enforcing that? Absolutely not. But keep in mind, if you get banned, they can just say whatever they want.
You can say whatever they want. Right.
What is this?
WWTV booty. So,
What are you looking at,
and here's what will end up happening. This is a little inside baseball. Is I'll run in here and bring it into this context, this show,
the last one,
and I'll go, Badger, you're gonna like this. Check this out. There's new rules coming. It's copyright. It's gonna be done. We're all gonna get busted, and it's new stuff. And you'll go. And I'll go look at what they wrote down and look at the new thing. Look what I found. This written out stuff. And you'll go, get out of here with this. Next topic. It's not enforceable. Moving on. And I'll go, wait a second. What?
That's where my mind always goes with laws. It's
Are
not
they gonna
about
enforce
what the
it?
law
No.
says. Are you
going.
going to enforce this law?
Right.
Yeah. Well, so basically, Twitch Service has gotten way more specific on clothing, and still is giving them the power to basically do whatever they want, which we knew that anyway.
Right.
This is supposed to be an outline for what can get you banned, but it's really a document that Twitch can use to demonstrate we're doing the right thing. We're doing what we said. We're enforcing our terms of service.
HR does not exist to help the employee. It exists to defend the company.
Correct. 100%. Yes.
And
that's who wrote this.
And that's who wrote this. This is the same stuff.
Yeah, Rokun's correct with your assessment. They have examples of sexually aggressive content that is bannable. All of it's much worse than anything on this stream.
Because if you had a company with some money,
okay, that's good. I guess
you had a company with some money, would you pay to have this sort of stuff? Like, you need someone to keep track of hires and fires and the process of people coming in and out.
Sure.
But would you really pay someone to start enforcing rules and talk to people about their feelings and all that? So you don't want to have to pay for that.
Google
does that. You pay for that begrudgingly. To avoid risk.
It depends. See, this is interesting because this is America's standpoint on global healthcare, but Sweden, for example, is like, oh no, absolutely, I would pay money to have a healthy citizen, what I want to do is I want to get 100% out of every citizen I possibly can every time.
It's not necessarily. I meant keep track of benefits and insurance and salary and all that.
So would a company take care of their employees? Depends. Like, is the company Amazon? No, they don't really care to take care of their employees. Is the company a very, very small company that is trying to get maximum efficiency out of every single employee? Then yeah, they would want to give every benefit because they think that benefit is helpful. So like Google, for example, literally tries to create spaces that will make their employees happier in order to get a higher efficiency out of them. So it depends on your mental, like, or whether what you believe is most effective. Do you want to have Chinese slave camps where 12-year-olds make your toys, or are you wanting to have really highly paid employees that work on tech stuff? Right? You can't even fire someone without a good reason. Is that the case in Sweden? So that's scary. I hate that as an entrepreneur, that I can't fire someone without a good reason. What if I just don't like working with them?
Right. What if we go
what if they don't
a year
fit
or
in
so
well with
and
my crew?
you know what? Let's just swap. This is part ways.
They got incorporated in that. See, that's not a valid reason. That sucks.
It sucks.
That's why I would never want to have a company based. I would always want to have my company based in the U.S.
Yeah.
A lot of wants of the employees and gets them implemented sometimes. So that's nice, even though they go above the. Yeah. So HR is very often independent of the CEO. You have to have a valid reason. Y'all hear Sweden is handling COVID differently? What are they doing, Jason?
Yeah. So they're saying,
okay, now that makes sense.
They're releasing everybody except for the vulnerable, so elderly and immunocompromised. They're keeping everybody back.
A couple countries are doing nothing. Yeah.
And they're saying, everybody get out there. Let's get herd immunity.
Yeah.
Let's let everybody get it. Let's take the fallout. Let's treat everybody, and then hopefully we come out of this with antibodies.
I think the rationale is a bit different than in the United States, because Sweden has a very robust social system, right?
Yes.
They have a lot less people, and they have a lot of ability to take care of them a lot better.
Yes.
So I think it's not that.
So
that's
remember,
the
we
best
talked
plan.
about flattening the curve.
That's right. So they have a much higher line on their curve.
Right.
They're not
of what the capacity of healthcare capacity.
So it's NBD
right.
basically.
Right. So what their statistical model is telling them.
We will definitely see in time. I agree with that, Rokun.
Like we're only gonna
get the answer to what the right thing to do after the shit is over anyway. So
yes,
we can speculate
100%.
all we want on what's the right thing to do. What is social distancing the thing? Is it what's the so Blake talked about this last time, which I thought was really interesting. Where what's the death impact later now? How many people are gonna die because they couldn't do the things that they needed to do for getting a job and doing that stuff? Like what's the impact over in 10 years from now, not just right now? So it's we won't know.
Right.
So it's funny
the
because
spike in the curve. So what we're trying to do is called flatten the curve. Right. But at the moment, the spike curve is immediate death. Right. Immediate loss of life because of statistical infection rates and severe cases and the R value and the fatality rate of COVID-19. But we want to smooth that curve out so that our healthcare system, whatever your local system, your hospital capacity, can handle those severe cases and smooth it out. But the that one, smoothing out the curve, amounts to sacrificing economy and money.
Yeah, lots of things.
And it's going to cost money to smooth out the curve because people got to stay home, people got to do all the stuff, right? They got to limit their ability to work. So one of them is life now, and one of them is economy across that smooths it out, right? But here's the thing. Without a doubt, poor people live much shorter lives than wealthy people. That is the Census Bureau. That is consistent in America. It's consistent in most countries. And if you have this economic thing that makes everybody poor, or makes a more of a proportional people poor, then you may not suffer death right now. You may be shaving off years at the end of your life, right? Because you lose economically, or you lose money, you get kicked out, you have to change cities, and
everyone's situation
you on a downward
different.
spiral, etc. Suicides, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean,
suicides go up.
I think it's really I 100% feel like
Yeah.
suicide rate has gone up a ton right now.
Yes.
Literally, government suggestion to isolate yourself. That is the number one thing that leads to suicide, in my opinion, is self-isolation.
Isolation.
Unwillingness to talk to other people. The inability to seek out folks, like that's
Yep.
So the government's coming to you and saying, hey, stay in your house, don't talk to anybody. You might do some things because of that, right? So it's
right.
I just agree in general. Statisticians are going to have a field day calculating what we should have done differently and all the impacts on this and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, how many people have killed themselves over COVID?
Yeah, and there was a big news story that came out that said, hey, Dr. Fauci said if we had acted on this sooner, that we would have saved way more American lives. Well, yeah. Yes. Same thing with cancer diagnosis. Same thing with auto accidents. Same thing with seatbelts. Same things with flossing. Same thing with smoking. Same thing with war. So,
It's fucking war. That's a good one.
everything.
Same
Yes,
thing with
yeah,
World War II.
war- WW2.
It's-
Same thing with everything else that amounts to loss of life. Almost always, almost inevitably, acting sooner with preventative measures would save lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
100%.
If we had had a seatbelt law in the 50s, we would have saved so many lives. But we didn't. We didn't get seatbelt law till the 80s, right? I don't know. I'm going to tell you.
So Hat Post mentioned that herd immunity might not work because COVID is a flu virus and the flu virus adapts, and that is 100%. That's 100% going to be a problem. We suffer from the flu virus pretty consistently because it does adapt and does change. How are you doing, Fern?
Yep. Either early detection or early action or seatbelt law.
That's going to be a possibility for COVID all the time.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be a possibility. Right? Okay, I did a watch party.
You did a watch party, yeah? I gotta go pretty soon, so hurry up. My cat's
You gotta
gonna
go.
be mad at me.
You gotta
in a
go potty.
second. No, I gotta feed the cats.
You gotta go potty.
No, I'm gonna potty. What are you asking me? Oh,
Watch
you're-
parties. Okay, version 1 of watch parties was dog crap. It was released in October
it
of
was
2019. Watch parties was it was a couple things. We talked about this a couple times. Number one, a watch party was linked with Amazon Prime, so you and your viewers had to have Amazon Prime. Okay, this is in October. Also, you and your viewers had to be from the U.S.
Right.
U.S.
region
and Amazon
locks.
Prime because of copyright law. I can't necessarily, just like the guy watching Hell's Kitchen, I can't necessarily stream a video to Austria where that video is, those people did not pay for, those people in Austria did not pay for the movie. So I can't just show the Avengers and attract viewers to my screen by showing a hit movie like the Avengers to Austria when that movie may be banned or in Austria, or the movie version that is allowed in Austria is not the one that I'm presenting, right? So there's laws against that. Okay, that's why it is Prime specific and why it is U.S. specific. Now, here's the part that really sucked. Here's the part that really sucked. I could not be on screen. Number one.
Yeah.
My audio could not be on in the audio. Number two. No bits, no raids, no hosts, and I could not be discovered. I would be live, and I would if you had me on your follow list, you would not see me as live. It was
So these are the original rules for watch parties.
Dog crap in October.
Pretty bad.
Now I put the link in the video in the chat. It is way better. They've improved a bunch of stuff. So a couple things is that I can be on stream now. The caster can be on stream. I go up above chat where the ads go, right? So I'm in picture. So I will be my entire screen will go up right above the chat. I guess it is right up there. Okay. And it's a little 1/10 of the screen size. Same where the ads go, right? Number two, you can also hear my audio. So not on my video, but my audio.
Big improvement. So this is
big
ridiculous that wasn't allowed in the first place. I'm just saying.
Right. Number three, I can be discovered now. It shows Clowntown is live, and it shows Watch Party. Number four, subs and bits can now be thrown. And number five, monetization, right? Number five, even when you saw me live, it showed a progress bar of how far I was into the movie.
Oh, cool.
So it said Watch Party. I watched an episode of House, and it showed a couple folks grabbed. I had a bunch of test cases that came up. They're all on my Discord. They're all posted. But it showed a little progress bar of how far I was in the video, which was neat.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Do you guys do this already? You did a watch party?
Yeah, I did it on Friday morning.
What'd you watch?
House.
Okay, so Jupin couldn't watch it.
Hugh Laurie,
JD couldn't watch it,
TV
sorry.
show House, right? It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, pretty good at first. Then it kind of gets
Yeah,
weird.
I liked it.
Yeah, you liked it all the way through?
It was good. It's one of my favorite episodes.
Is it bad that I kind of want to just have some of this? It's supposed to be
What?
punishment, but... Oh, have you seen my new punishment?
What is it?
I
I can't
show you.
see it. Green, is that heroin?
It's heroin, yeah. It's just a spicy, sour spray. Sour candy spray.
Sour spray.
Yeah. So I was doing the warheads, remember? But I didn't like the candy part of that. So this is the sour part.
Oh, it's a punishment. You can do that. So what I did was we went live, and a couple
Masochist.
things.
You know I like it to get hurt, baby.
I had and it's also so the restrictions are still U.S. only, and Prime only. That is 100% because of international law and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, it is a curated list of Amazon Prime selections, VODs. Okay, it's not everything. So here's the thing: is we just got, on one hand, this week we got a list of all the things that we cannot do on stream
All our EU boys.
with regards to titties. Okay,
right.
Now, Amazon Prime has titties in it.
True.
So what if me and my watch party throw down a new video and it surprises us? There's some titties on Amazon Prime.
Banned.
Banned, right?
I don't know.
So there's that. Number 3, it's not available on mobile yet, but that's something they're going to fix.
Okay.
They're trying to fix that. Absolutely. The reason why is I think it's harder to get your IP address and your location on mobile for some reason.
Okay.
Right? Because it is country restricted, and they want
Right.
to make sure that they don't have some sort of. I think that's why it is. But I don't know.
Contextually acceptable. Maybe so. Yeah.
Maybe it might be context acceptable, but
Wow,
maybe not.
You did roll with contextually, but you screwed up the acceptable. I feel like
Right. So 2 things that are coming. One is they're working on rolling out watch parties to our global community in the next month. So they're going to start opening up. And let me tell you, it's going to be country by country, or it'll be EU. We'll get it all opened at once or not, because we're probably dealing with international law and how do we broadcast those. Right, Twitch is now in that same game that that Amazon Prime has been in, because one of my German I think it might have been her follows. One of my German viewers said was, we can't get this version of that movie. I think we were talking about Captain America: First Avenger. We can't get that version of the movie. We can only get English dubbed. It's the
What
Swedish. It's like the German version, but English dubbed.
Why?
Something like that.
That's ridiculous.
German law. I don't know.
Okay.
It was something like that. And so every country probably has those, because they release a Swedish version, they release an Austrian version, they release a Afghanistani version. I don't know. It wasn't even. It was one of the viewers said that, hey, we won't be able to do it, right? It's all international law. That's the reason. Number 2 is at the moment they've curated their Prime Video, so it's only about 50 titles, and probably 20 of them are TV shows like Star Trek. Your Deep Space Nine is out there, your Next Generation's out there, and your original series is out there. So if you want Kirk, you can get Picard and
Nice.
Deep Space Nine. Was
Nice.
that Cisco?
Yeah, Cisco.
DS9 was Cisco?
Crisco.
No, it was Cisco.
No, it's Crisco.
It's not Crisco.
I like how Blake is looking me dead in the face,
up.
and he's not sure. He's like, is it Crisco? I don't know.
It's not Cisco. Cisco's your dog, right? Cisco's your dog.
What?
So Next Gen is out there. Picard is out there, right? You got those guys, right?
Fucking next gen normies, get out of here.
Now, one of the reasons why we can't be
Guys,
on
Crisco
the
is
screen.
a type of oil, or a brand of oil.
It's a lard thing that you cook with, right?
Yeah.
So, when Badger is playing Terraria, he's on top of the game and he is impeding some of the video, right? Some of the video is behind him. Same with me in Factorio.
Yeah.
What we found out, because I talked to the guy, I talked to the guy who is in charge of watch parties.
Dude. Mike?
The dude. And he said, no, the X-ray thing that Prime has, where you can pause and then you can hit the X-ray button and it comes up with all the info of the scene. So if you're watching Prime, you hit pause, and it'll show you all the actors in. It'll show you all the actors in the scene.
Yeah. I've seen this.
It'll show you where the pause is. It shows you some other info. It shows you the actresses there, and then you could look them up and see if they're naked anywhere else. But what they didn't want is X-ray. Companies were very resistant to X-ray, because all of the movie studios said, do not put anything over my movie. Don't put anything visual over my movie, and don't put anything audio over my movie. Okay?
Okay.
So they want their movie to go out without any interference.
Sure, I see why.
Well, then once they saw what X-ray was, then they said, okay, Never mind. That's awesome. Because it'll help us watch other movies because this actress is, so Hemmingsworth was Thor, but he was also Thor in Thor 2 and Thor 3 and then the Avengers, and we can watch more movies, right? So they said, okay, once they saw it, they went, how quickly can you get it? And so they had to 100%. The guy said it was a 180 on X-ray because
nice.
they were
not 360.
Yeah, it was. Well, that's why I say it was 180 degrees on their position of no, we don't want anything to get it to us now. How quickly can we get there? Hurry up!
Hurry up!
Right?
Waiting on you. Hurry up!
Right. So that's the resistance right now to anyone over the Prime videos is I don't want some content creator going cracking wise over my movie, etc. As soon as they see what's going to go on, they're going to now let's start playing with the movie and let's move it forward.
It reinvents the movie. It does. Like it totally changes the movie to have
it does.
Clowntown there talking shit about House. Do some more drugs, dummy. You'll feel better.
So here's what we couldn't do. What I wanted to do, and I left feedback.
I would love to do that. It's fucking raw.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Hell's Kitchen is on there.
Can't wait to do Gordon Ramsay.
It is
such
on.
A funny
now,
guy. I just like Gordon Ramsay.
What I left feedback about is you cannot pause it.
Oh, you can be like, I take a break on BRB?
No. What I wanted to do was pause it and talk about this scene because this scene had an interactivity into my life because I use this one line that House delivers. I'd use that in my life. So I hit pause and I started talking and they said, well, did you? I said, I paused it and I started talking. They said, well, it's not paused. It's the movie's still going for me. So when I pause it, it pauses for me only. Not the viewer.
What the heck? Maybe can you be like 3, 2, 1, pause? That would work.
You would have to do something like that. But
it would work.
But no, the movie would still play. It would pause only for the viewers. But so then when I unpaused it, it resumed 30 seconds later, and I missed 30 seconds.
Oh, I see. So you just missed. Okay, weird. Wow.
Yes.
Weird.
So what I emailed them, there's a feedback thing to submit and say, here, give me this, right? There's a feedback thing, and it says, and so I submitted. I said the user story is that the user wants to be able to control, pause, rewind, and fast forward, and control the movie.
Yeah.
Right. The feature the number one feature from this, I use their agile methodology. I use their language. I said the number one feature we want from this is pausable, right? I want to be able to pause it and talk about it. Even if we can't rewind and even if we can't fast forward, I want to be able to stop it and talk about it, the scene, right? Because you and I have aspirations to do some of this together.
For 2 years now, we wanted to sit down and talk over a movie,
years.
ruin a movie for viewers.
Yes, and we want to ruin a movie, right? Now, the issue though, so that's one issue. Because as soon as we hit play, we're going to want to stop it and talk trash about it.
I mean, I'll talk over the whole movie. I'll talk over audio, or I'll talk over dialogue.
Yeah. Or you'll go look. You want to say freeze it right there, and you'll point to something in the scene, like a boom coming down, or whatever, or something fake.
I would never go to the movies with Badger. Honestly, don't, because I just don't like movies.
He didn't like it.
Is there any anime?
He didn't like it.
Well, it's not that I don't like movies. It's just that I find the activity dry. Like I have no.
He'll watch it on the couch, maybe, or
it's like watching two people have sex. That's cool, but can I join?
Look, there's a free spot right here. You mind if I?
Can I just slip in there?
Just slide in. So it immediately kicked out all of my European viewers, which I have a high European viewer percentage. It kicked out all of my mobile, which it didn't really kick them out. What they saw most of the time is that for those whom it was not allowed, okay, it still had me in full screen. So remember my Factorio background when I first start my screen, Factorio's around me, and I'm in center bottom, and I'm talking, and I got chat over here, and I'm kind of in center bottom. For Watch Party US, it went up and to the right, and the Watch Party started. For non-US, it says he started. I'm sorry, you can't view. And people who joined me, they only saw just me and my Factorio background.
That's kind of funny.
Right.
So they can still watch the
down
stream
the bottom.
they
could still watch me, and they could hear my audio.
That's not.
They could see
at least
chat.
That's something.
Right. They could see that I was live, but they did not see the movie, and they did not see me. And and I was just sitting there, and all they would do is they would see me doing this.
Yeah, I mean, just watch.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
And that's hopefully you're doing more than that, sweetheart.
The movie. I'm not talking about.
You're not talking over. You're not talking over house.
Sometimes I would.
I feel like I wouldn't do anything different than I would do in a Terraria stream on a watch party stream. Right. See,
that's why you and I are never going to a movie together. That's right there. You and I in a movie together, and you're going, and
you see that? And you know this? I just be talking about something else. I'll be on my phone.
Yeah, they could see me as on my intro screen. They could hear me, but then they couldn't see it. Now, I tell you why it's probably not available for affiliates. Again, it's probably transcoding, because when Watch Party happens, I go up into that corner right up there above the ads, and I'm in 320p or whatever it is, 480p or something.
Oh, I see. So
and the movie is 720, 1080, whatever it is.
Yes, yeah.
It's probably some sort of transcodes, and partners are the only ones that get transcodes because transcoding costs Twitch money. It just does.
For sure.
And that's why also why transcoding is also why affiliates do not get squad streaming. I talked to the guy in charge of squad streaming.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And he said, look, if you look at a squad stream, one viewer is in 780p and everybody else is in 480p. And he said, what does it take to get there? Transcoding. That's it. It's transcoding. And you know who gets transcoding? Partners only. We can't, and we need to get this transcoding does cost Twitch money, and we can't roll out
server intensive.
Yeah, we can't roll out transcoding to all the affiliates, otherwise we'd crash servers. Okay. So he says that is the only reason we can't do squad streaming.
Do we have transcoding now? Did we level up to transcoding, or are we still sitting there?
Enough About You is not a partner.
Right.
Yeah.
Very slowly we would get transcoding sometimes.
Oh, I already told Ash to STFU at a theater before.
Yeah. That's what she was.
You remember that one where I went, where Ash leaned over and told some dumb joke, and I went, "Shut the fuck up!" and then the people behind me went.
That was a pretty strong reaction. I've never heard you curse in public. I don't think.
Man. I'm so pissed. It was during. I think it was during Infinity War too. It had to have been. It was Infinity War. It was one of the most serious movies. Like we're gonna do, or Star Wars. It was either Star Wars or Infinity Wars. Rare occasion we actually get out and to do a live movie in a theater. Rare occasion.
Don't talk over Infinity War. I bet I will. I bet all the people who watched it live for the first time talked over it.
And oh man, and the whole family was down there, and it was me, and I think it was the wife, and then the daughter, and Ash was on the end. And we were just settling down. It was previews where the lights were going down, and Ash leaned forward and made some sort of damn joke because I was hot, it was sweaty,
right.
There was all this pressure on me, and he leans forward and he says some sort of dumb Iron Man joke, and said, "Shut the fuck up!" And the people behind me heard it.
That's cool, Juven.
And I didn't yell it. I said it.
Okay.
With a kind of a loud whisper, like "Shut the." Like that. and the people behind me went. And
that guy's Thanos? That one's Iron Man the entire time. They were having fun, Zen. You do not have to restart your stream to get transcoding options.
No, you don't. Not anymore. You used to. So.
No.
Anyway, so that one, yeah, that was a hilarious story. I forget about that. That was great.
You did. I remember that story.
Oh man, it was great.
Okay, what do you got going on this week?
Same stuff. I stick to my schedule as a good little streamer.
Good little strummer, doing little strums.
Pretty rigid schedule. You won't find me passing through it. You'll find me actually hitting it. And so what?
More average viewers than you, brother.
I know. More power to you, bro.
Right, more subs. How many subs you got? Like 10?
All of them.
You want to fight about it?
I got
You'll
12.
lose every time. Okay.
I got 12.
I won't fight you in person, but I'll break your ego.
I know. You'd fight. You know. Come at me, bro. Et cetera, et cetera. Twitch count, Twitter followers, et cetera, et cetera.
Anyways, so yeah. Oh, you jumped into the fire and I heated it up. Did you like it? Did you? Okay. All right. Look.
I know. On sub. So off as usual. Off Mondays. On the rest of the time, we're gonna do some good stuff. Tuesday night is Nuke the Base, which is always stressful for me. I can't do that more than once a week. Wednesday is dedicated to YouTube. Did you just saddle yourself?
No?
Thursday, Friday. I've been playing a lot of Crastorio, which is a mod pack. It is really good.
Cool.
I'm enjoying it.
I've been playing modded as well right now.
Crastorio. It's great. I wanted to get into speedrunning, but I'm glad I got into the mod pack because mod pack is so much fun. It's been a long time since I've done it. So nuke the base on Tuesday. All the other stuff. Rest of them. What do you got?
I am doing nothing this week. I've got the normal thing, probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday minimum. I'll be streaming noon CDT, 6 p.m. GMT, doing more speedruns, still going after the glitchless all bosses normal run, unseated. I'll be doing Calamity mod as well on death mode, which has been really fun, super interesting, very entertaining.
Shady, let's go out on that. Shady, do you want to find, let's find this for Badger. Let's go out on a happy note. Would you find the English only, where that it scared the English right out of me? Would you find that clip for us?
Scared the English out of you? I don't think I have anything particular going on this week besides Terraria.
So let me set this clip up. Usually on the
check out my YouTube channel.
Shady just died laughing at this one. That's her favorite.
You're not allowed to make
Usually what happens is
are you?
the alert goes off, and then I get maybe a 2 Mississippi before something horrible happens to my base. This one, the alert never went off.
And it just happened.
And so there it is. So Shady will pull that clip up, and that's what happens. And and this is after double nukes. Nuke the base, nuke the first responders. Like it's all gone to shit. Okay, and so there it is. So you can go full screen. You can go play that. Scared the English right out of clown. And this is traumatized. Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face during this clip. That. There you go. I didn't hear that one.
I didn't hear that one. I didn't even see. I didn't even hear that one.
I didn't hear that one.
I didn't see. I didn't hear that one. You lose all your items too when you die, huh?
Well, they drop. They drop on a corpse.
Their face is pretty extreme. Yeah, you got. I think the right aggro goes up pretty good.
Yeah.
Get this out of the way.
My face was.
I see it. Oh, I had you on 1.25 speed also. I didn't even see. I didn't hear that one.
I didn't hear that one.
I didn't even see. That's me when I do that. Hello,
yeah.
It's one word. One word. No spaces.
I had absolutely no warning. And usually it's I usually get a yeah, baby, and then here it comes. Or my alert, or Ashley J. Williams from Army of Darkness will go off, or you see this? This is my boomstick. And right about the end of the K and stick, it'll land. And so I have like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and it's damn right. So I have a little bit of warning. That one just came out of nowhere and scared the crap out of me.
All right, let's find someone to raid.
And I was already traumatized. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
We appreciate you a ton. We really, really do. This is one of my favorite things. We're working on a lot. If you want to listen to these on Spotify, you can. Spotify, down in the panels below. I forgot to move the bot over. Sorry.
Now, be careful. Or you can go Spotify and you can search up Enough About You. Cram the 3 together. Enough About You, no spaces in it. We are number 1. There are a bunch of songs called Enough About You and Enough About Me and all that stuff. That is not us. Cram together Enough About You all at once, and there it is. So there it is.
Okay, we're gonna go raid.
Also, we are out there on Anchor FM.
Is this playing Factorio?
You can go to Anchor FM, search up Enough About You. We're also there. Also links all the way down the panels. You can go sign up for our RSS feed. Thank you very much for being here.
Yep.
We're hosted on the platforms. Thank you much.
All the places. Thanks for joining this content. This is our favorite thing to do, really. We want to grow this into more stuff. We really want to have this focus being on how to be a streamer and how to do that. And we're going to try to make more content on that kind of thing, because I think we're in a space to do so. So we're going to go raid Resorty. Resorty is awesome. If you do me a favor, you have TG Gun, just put that in chat.
Yes.
Or if you have Twitch raid, you can bring that in there.
Also, coming soon to Enough About You, talking over movies. Badger and I have had this on our list for literally 2.5 years.
Have we?
About how we wanted to do movie reviews during the movie, have the movie behind us, and us crack wise over it, and do this a couple. We don't know how to do it. We don't have respect copyright law, but this is what we want to do. So watch parties is a first step
we'll get there.
To being able to do that.
That's true. All right, stay motivated. That's the most important thing. If you're motivated, you can do anything. Don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise, especially yourself. Stay awesome because you know you're awesome. And remember, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.